It's definitely been a rocky ride. We've seen so many ups and downs since the pandemic, the rise in crime, and the houseless and homeless population. That continues to be a challenge that I think the city is starting to get their arms wrapped around, so that's very encouraging. Safety is a priority for everyone, and I think a lot of the surrounding areas, the residents that live in the surrounding areas to downtown, still feel unsafe to come downtown. It's certainly a different climate than 2 years ago when we were experiencing doing business during pandemic and riots and everything else that was going on. There are no more riots, but people still feel unsafe because there's been a narrative that's been set. And I think as small business owners, we are going above and beyond running our own businesses to come together as a community, create wonderful experience, to encourage people to come back to downtown and to feel safe. But I think the city needs to partner with us to do that, to ensure that it's not just a one-sided effort.
I think there's a lot more the city can do. The professional criminals that are out there busting into businesses and wreaking havoc, truly, we need to catch those folks, and we do need to prosecute those folks. I recognize there's a lot of complications around our DA, but really not having enough public defenders to defend these criminals. But when somebody has been recorded on camera well over a dozen times backing their vehicle into a business, I think it's time we do something about that. I want to be really clear. There are opportunist criminals that are out there, people that should not be confused with our houseless population that are dealing with a lot of other concerns, drug addiction, mental health needs, that people that really need services. We'd like to see our police work in concert with the DA's office and work together. We'd like to see police showing up in a timely manner to these calls and these break-ins. We'd like to see a greater police presence.
I think a greater presence of security detail, and not necessarily police, because they certainly have their hands full and have serious crimes to deal with. But I remember when I moved here from Los Angeles many years ago, I was always impressed that every once in a while you would see an officer on horseback riding through the city. And I haven't seen that in some years. And I remember my kids really being amazed and thinking that was great. So something lighthearted like that. I know we have some bike patrol now. So more of that, where it's more a friendly presence, but nevertheless a presence that says there's safety, there's security if something should go awry.
I keep hearing we don't have enough police out on the street. If that truly is the case, then we need to enlist others, and we have Portland Bureau of Transportation. Let's get them out there with big lights on the sides of their vehicles, and let's get them driving around. We made a recommendation well over a year ago that we have patrols that are out shining lights on buildings. A lot of it is just preventative, just keeping the eyes on these businesses and keeping them from getting repeatedly broken into.